Everything Melbourne.
774 ABC Melbourne.
Drive with Charlie Pickering.
Were you a regular at Caribbean Gardens? It had everything on offer. It's a little bit sad these days without the fun of the fair, the chairlift all gone. But do you have some memories of Caribbean Gardens? Wobbies, well, give me a call, 1300 222 774. Now, someone who does have some memories of Caribbean Gardens is a singer who would regularly perform. I think every single week he was there, not just performing but selling his own records. The singer was Derek J, and he joins us now. Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Derek.
Thanks for having me on your program. Thank you so much.
Not a problem at all. Give us an indication of your body of work. How many albums have you recorded?
I've recorded 10 albums, but I got to tell you my career. When I did my first album with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, I didn't know where to sell the album, and the minimum order was 10,000 records, which I have to get it through EMI, and no place to sell. I approached Caribbean Gardens and spoke to the manager and said, I'm a singer. So they gave me that spot for 16 years. Every Wednesdays and Sundays I performed there. The reason being no one knew the quantity I was selling there. It was magic, and it's a big thank you for the management at the Caribbean Gardens who kept me for 16 years, not letting any other performer get into that area.
How wonderful. And I tell you, there are the biggest stars in the world don't get a 16-year residency in Vegas. That is impressive. So you would perform Wednesdays and Saturdays?
Wednesdays and Sundays.
Wednesdays and Sundays. What songs really got the crowd going?
I tend to like Engelbert, Tom Jones, Elvis, and every album had all these famous singers. And when they had all these albums, people were confused which album to get. Some people end up buying the whole lot.
But that's it. You won them over when they saw you perform.
Yeah, because it was live. In those days, nowadays, performers with backing tracks and all that. The time I started my career, I had only a drum machine and my guitar. And people just accepted that. Those are the good old days where I get hundreds watching me. And I don't even stop. I start at 9:30 till 3:30. If I stop, my sales go down. So I continuously sing, and some people used to feel sorry for me. They used to wonder, this guy's coming there every Wednesdays and Sundays, but they didn't know what sort of a sales I had every Sunday.
And just the simple joy of performing as well. I've got to ask you, when Sinatra would play the Sands, they'd give him a stack of chips to gamble with every night. Were there any perks from Caribbean Gardens? Did you get free rides on the chairlift, or did you get free chips from the chip van?
I got everything because the owner was a very good friend of mine, and also every Christmas I give his family a big treat, inviting him to the venues I perform. But having said that, the other lots of networks producers saw me there. The first show I was regular with Ernie Sigley and Dennis Drysdale on Channel 9 on a show called In Melbourne Today.
Yes.
And I got the gig by performing there. And the same thing happened for Good Morning Australia with Bert Newton. I was there with Bert for 13 years. And the producer approached me and said, Derek, we are starting a new show. Do you think you can help us out? For me, it was too good to be true, put it that way.
Wow. And it all started at Caribbean Gardens.
All started because, and also I got to tell your listeners, for a performer, performing at Las Vegas Hilton is another big thing I have done.
Wow.
And also to perform in the biggest ship in the world called Oasis of the Seas.
Yes.
and I was booked through the tour company, and then that was another big gig because those auditoriums sit about 3,000 people every night, and my type of music went very well because the music I was doing was very much appreciated by the people who were in the cruise ships.
Wow, the classics, the absolute classics. I'm speaking with Derek J, who used to perform at Caribbean Gardens 16 straight years, 2 shows a week. That is some serious show business, selling records the whole time. Before I let you go, I wonder, 1300 222 774, give us a call if you remember Derek J. Did you see him perform? Did you hear him sing at Caribbean Gardens? Derek, I've just got to ask you before you go, Caribbean Gardens closed in 2020, which is, I think, very sad. A lot of people used to love going to Caribbean Gardens. Do you still get to perform now? Are you still performing?
No, I'm still performing. Even in April, I did a thing which I like to share with your listeners. I did a concert in Sri Lanka, the first time a recording artist being backed by a blind orchestra.
Oh, wow. That would have been fantastic.
No one has ever done that, but I took that risk. I told the organizers how that they got to have a count so that all the musicians knew where to start and where to stop. And it was one of the best shows I performed in Sri Lanka. And I'm really happy. It was an opening for anyone who had that disability, to show them, they can reach their goals if they do something positive,
That is a beautiful message. Thank you so much, Derek J, star of Caribbean Gardens for 16 straight years. Thank you for sharing your unofficial history with us today.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.